Roll-O-Matic bar on this one, and this is the light bar. So you see how this one sits in the hand? It's sitting perfectly level, whereas this one is leaning down. I think that's the difference in the bar. All right, let's get this fired up. See what happens. Big old pieces of big cod. Get that there. Alright, what I'm going to do is fire up that arm with this. We'll just cut it all the way down and choke and cut it off for now. Yeah, you want to act up when you're on film, but I've never had a problem with this. Well, there's the click up. So for some reason it doesn't want to cut off, but that's okay. I'm sure I can straighten that out pretty easy. Let's take that cover off. It's an older saw, so I will get that fixed. But anyways, enough goofing around with that. Let's fire this 395 up. It has a 32-inch bar and chain on it as well now. See how this does. That saw is an old saw. It's been used a long time, so it's not perfect. It runs great, but I guess I'm going to have to work on that trigger a little bit to see how this fires up. This has the decomp as well. I'm going to try I don't have it on off. There it goes. Everything wants to act a little funny this morning. It rained, it's been real humid. I don't know if that has anything to do with it or not. Does everything go perfect when you're trying to film? Absolutely not. Anyways, give me a moment. I'm gonna go pull that apart real quick and see why that switch is not turning off, and we'll cut into some more pieces of wood. It's old and used. When we get old and used, it tends to we tend to have a few issues. All right, not any real big deal as far as shutting off. It had a little piece of bark down where the metal piece goes. Shut it off. Shuts right off now, no problem. No big deal. I'm gonna make another cut with that one. Then we'll use the Husky again. Did that Stihl just bury this saw in sawdust? I don't think that'll hurt it. At least I hope not. All right, let's run this one now. All right, let's do some other cutting with it. I gotta finish cutting that up later on, but trying to finish up that log so I can start treating it with the Benacryl. Let's go cut some red hickory up. See how they do. All right, let's see how they do with this little bit smaller log. I'm curious to see which one feels like it weighs more. I say that's a 32-inch bar according to Husky, and this is a 32 according to Stihl. So this is a roll-o-matic bar on this one, and this is the light bar. So you see how this one sits in the hand? It's sitting perfectly level, whereas this one is leaning down. I think that's the difference in the bar. But as far as weight goes, it's not enough to notice. Put it that way, it's just not enough to notice. So let's do a few husky cuts through this red hickory here, and then we'll run the Stihl. This is a fun saw to run with the pipe on it and all. It opens up really well. This is the Husqvarna 395 XP clone. Say this saw really, it opens up really good on the top end. I've been really impressed by this saw since I got it. So for a clone saw, I've never run an OEM larger husky, so you take that for what it's worth. If it's anything close to that or better, an awesome saw. All right, so let's get this one fired up, and we'll do the same cuts here. I've had it since it was new, and I've taken really good care of it. It's dirty, it's used, but that hasn't hurt it any. I'll take a couple more cuts with it for memory's sake, because I got a couple people interested in it. I don't know how many more times I'll get to play with it before it gets sold, but I will miss it. As you guys see, I got a lot of saws. I'm not going out and working every day with these saws. So somebody who goes out and works every day, cutting trees and stuff, this will make them a really nice saw. It'll hold up to their use and abuse. I can just play around with these clone saws and have fun with those. Let's, I want to see how it does. I mean, like I said, these are long 32-inch bars with skip tooth. And I know Bucking likes to run his 32-inch bars, and he does a really good job with it, being he's only a year younger than me. That man's energy, full of energy, full of lots of energy. I don't know where he gets all his energy from, but I think it's great that he does. So I strive to gain that back myself. So let's cut up some of this maple with these saws, a little smaller log, see how it does. I just want to run saws today, so that's what I'm doing, running some saws. Oh, and I have the 288 XB in the shop. I did get the new cover for it, and I put it on, fired it up. It seems to run fine. Didn't want to mix that in this video. I will do a separate video with that saw because I have a big hickory tree up the street that I want to cut down and buck up, and I figured that'd be a good saw to test it on, or good log to test it on, because it's a nice thick, heavier hickory. That should definitely tell me the difference. And I'll probably take this 395 up when I do it, so I can run the two of them and show you guys a comparison between the two saws when I do that. And hopefully that'll be tomorrow. So this is supposed to be my light duty weekend where I just do my things, but I always like to make a video or two on the weekends for you guys. And I like playing with these saws, and I'm making firewood, so why not, right? Or I'm making cookies. I'm not really making firewood. Well, I burn these stuff up in my little fire pit I like to have out when I'm working, doing woodwork. Let's take a few cuts with this Stihl, see how it does. For memory's sakes, it seems like this bar, even though they're both 32, it seems like this bar is longer. I'm going to have to hold them side by side to see. Yeah, somebody on my Facebook group dogged the saw because it was idling a little bit. I had to idle it down a little bit. Just a little tweak with the screw. And said, oh, it's got an air leak, and oh, it's got all these problems. I'll give you $500 for it. No thanks, keyboard warrior. I'll just keep the saw for that. Yeah, so anyways, I got it listed as $1,050 on Facebook with the bar and chain. The chain's probably about 85%. I've only done 2 filings to it. I did cut some stumps off. That's kind of why the bar lost some of the paint. Cutting stumps sideways are always a little hard on them. But it's a great running saw. It'll come dirty with sawdust and everything just the way it is. That's how you buy it. A working man saw. That's what the saw is. That's what it was. And I'm sure that's what it's going to continue to be. Great saw. I'm going to miss her. But, like I say, I have plenty of other saws to do work with. So, sometimes I got other projects I need to cash a mundo to do some of my other projects that I want to do around here in the farm. So that's what happens. Sometimes you let stuff go. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.